Hello everyone, I am back. Just gonna wait for a few people to get on, and while that's going, I'm just gonna try to get my computer loaded here again, just so I can see comments. Perfect. So I had some technical difficulties in the last part of the video. I happened to look up, so I mean my phone is in front of me, so if you text me or message me, I don't see it. The only thing I can see when I'm filming is if you're commenting in the Facebook Live. And weirdly, I happened to look up at my phone and I saw that I was violating community standards by having music playing in the background. And I'm like, oh my God, don't put me in Facebook jail. Don't cancel me. I was a little worried. But so I just hit okay and it kept filming, but I could tell that you guys couldn't see me because there was nobody watching me. I had no viewers that were watching me, but it was weird because I still had it on my laptop. I could still see my video and I commented on my video. So I don't know, it was weird. Anyway, you guys can go back and watch the end of it. So yeah, I guess lesson learned, don't play music in the background because they don't like that because the musicians aren't making their money. So, demo time. So, a little while back, I had made a comment on the group page about the molds, the silicone molds. Initially, when you buy these molds, Finnabair by Prima, they were I think probably the original ones, or the ones that I knew about anyway. And she had a paste that you could put in your molds. And it works great. It works awesome. But you can also, what I come to realize is you can use hot glue. Now, what I have found out from using hot glue, it does work awesome. I've used these on a couple of my kits. We're also using this on the clipboard album that we're doing, and it's just made out of hot glue, and then I've just painted it with some acrylic paint. So I mean, it's really cool and very easy to do. But what I found out, what works the best when you're working with hot glue, if you're using the molds, is to do more of a solid shape. I did a wheel, a gear, and it worked, but I found it was really hard to get it into the thin areas. So the actual clay paste that they have would work better. I mean, I obviously got it to work, and I've distressed it up a lot. So I mean, it does work, but a bigger area with less detail, like some of these, like that would be really hard to get because you're not going to be able to get your hot glue in amongst those little bits that are there, you know. And even some of these, like I say, I mean, this is that one there. So I mean, I did get it to work, but I mean, hot glue is cheap and simple. And so I'm going to just show you what I did with these, how I made these, and then I'm just going to do some techniques on how I colored them. And so the coloring process of what I did on these can be used on molds or anything like this, or it can just be used on plain chipboard or on a mixed media project or whatever. It doesn't have to be. So it's kind of a two-part demo in here, giving you some extras. So it's literally just a regular glue gun and the silicone mold, and you just fill it. Like, look at how the glue just comes out, and all I do is just go around and fill in the mold. Just making sure that I get, and you really do have to make sure your hot glue is hot, that your glue gun is warmed up, so that the glue does flow more freely. But you can see how it just fills it in, and it obviously dries really, really quickly. And then when you peel it out, you've got this great embellishment. So we'll just set that to the side and we'll let that dry. I've had my molds for quite a while. The selection does change. Some do go out of stock, so I'm not sure what's available or not. I think I only have one in the shop right now. But this is something, if this interests you, you can just go on to the Prima, to the Finnabair, and you know, see what's there. And if that's something that you would like me to order, I can order it for you, and that is something that you will get 20% off. So I had put a little post on there, I believe it was yesterday, saying that you get 20% off. So anything you buy in my shop that's in stock in my shop, can be product, can be kits, can be whatever you want, you're going to get 20% off using that code. Or if there's something that you see that we're working with the waxes, or we're working with the metallic paint, or maybe you need a new distress ink, anything, distress crayons, if you want to get some crayons, as long as I can get it in for you, if it's in stock. Supply is not always the greatest right now, but anything you want, a paper pack, whatever, you're going to get 20% off, because I will be putting in an order with my wholesaler at the end of the weekend. Yes, Sheila, you could buy colored glue. That's right. You could, you know, get some sparkly glue or any color glue. So I'll show you, these are a couple, I'm gonna demo these. So I'm gonna end up taking pictures of these, and I'll add it onto the Facebook group, just so that you can see some of the different stuff that I've done. So this one, I'm gonna show you what I've done on this piece here. This one is just the Sparks metallic paint, which I don't have the silver one in front of me, but it is just, it's also by Prima. And I just painted it. This one I painted with black gesso, and then I did add a little bit of grit paste to this one. Tim Holtz has his grit paste. This is translucent, this is just the matte, and then there's crackle. And I've used some of these, the grit paste, texture paste, crackle paste. Can hot glue be used in plastic molds? Honestly, Kim, I don't know about plastic molds. I don't know if it would kind of melt it. I mean, these are silicone, so it doesn't. I've never tried with plastic. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you about plastic, if it would alter the plastic. Yeah, I can't say here or there, because I have not tried it. So this one, kind of hard. I added some grit paste in spots, and then I added, actually, you know what, let's demo. I'm going to show you first, and then it'll make more sense what I'm doing. Okay, so this is a glue, this is one out of glue, and I've just painted it with white gesso, just to give it just to seal it and make sure that it's white, because I wanted it to be white. Now it can be as simple as taking your distress ink pad, add some ink onto your craft mat, mist it with water, take a paintbrush and grab that ink and color it up. So that's how I started with one of them. Now the only thing you have to remember with these, because it's hot glue, if you go to dry it with your heat gun, just remember you're working with hot glue and you can melt it. So you got to be very, very careful if you want to dry it, if you're in a hurry. And if you're in a hurry and you don't want to, do I need to use this anywhere else before I clean this? Oh, we could. Let's do this one. This was painted with black gesso, so again, it's just glue. My hot glue wasn't quite warm enough, so you can see how it didn't melt as nicely as, say, that one did. You can see the difference, but the output in the end was fine. So even with the crackle, I'll just put a little bit of the brown ink. So because I started with a black base and I applied the crackle paste, which is, I used that one, the Distress Crackle Paste. It gives you those black cracks, and then you can go in and you can add that ink on there too to color it up. Let's get rid of that. I'll get rid of this. And I'm just going to give this just a quick little dry, but like I say, don't leave the heat on it because you will melt it. And I mean, I could go back in and I could add another layer of the ink. Probably won't do anything now. I could even add, I'm going to do this on one of the other ones, but I could add some crayon on there. Ooh, that's really cool. Look at what that's doing. Made it look silver. Oh, because I had silver on here. I had silver on my paper towel. Let's get a clean one. I'm like, that's just weird. I'm adding brown and it's going silver. It's because it was on my paper towel. Okay, so waxes. There's a couple classes that we're using the wax in, but I'll just show you. They now come in these really nice tubes, which is really nice because they used to come in a little tin and they would get hard. You can see, I mean, I can still kind of get some out of it, but they went hard, and this is a much better way to purchase it because you just squeeze out a little bit of the wax. It's kind of like a eyeshadow, like a pasty liquid eyeshadow kind of. So some of them I just go in and you can just use your finger. You can add different, and it just kind of gives it a metallic. It works really good that you see the difference on this guy. This guy I just painted black, and then go in with a small amount. If you go in with too much, it gets goopy. So I just tap it off so that it's just on the tip of my finger, and then look at that goodness. Like, oh. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Take it from plain black to that. Like that just on its own is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to add, see what a little bit of the... I have mostly metallic colors, but it does come in colors. You can get pinks, blues, purple, kind of whatever. Lots of different colors. So because we're working with the molds, it works great that it hits the top parts, right? Hits the top parts. But what's really cool too is that you can take the Tim Holtz brushes and go in with some of the wax on the tip of your brush and just pounce it out. And then go in, and it's going to get, because of the bristles of the brush, you can get in deeper. Now, I don't know if you've seen his brushes, but if you have it wide open, they move a lot. If you close it and have it so that just the tips, it gives you more control, and they're stiffer. So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You can also do the same with the crack. Let's go, we'll do a little bit. And it just, does the wax take long to dry? Not that long. Not that long. Like, it's on there. Let me see if like there's a tiny bit, but it's on there. So no, it doesn't take that long. And once it's on, it's on. There's no using water to get it off. It's on. And like you see, to clean my brush, I just rub it on paper towel and get rid of. So if we tap into some of the ink, look at that, over top of the crackle. So you can see this was the brushed iron wax that I used on that side. That was the ink. And then that one it was the aged brass that I used on that side. So you can see the different, I'll just get that cleaned up. This one, you can simply take Distress crayon. So if you've got the Distress crayons, and rub over the molds, and then use your brush again. Try to get my hands out of the way so that you can see. So I'm pushing it down in between the molds, and it creates a really nice matte looking coverage to it with a little bit darker. And again, I mean, you could go in and add more to kind of highlight, and then go in and, you know, add a little bit of the wax on there. It's just beautiful. A little bit brighter. That's the aged brass, right? Beautiful. Done just like that. You got a quick little embellishment. Is there any others? No. Okay, so this one I started with the white gesso like I did on here, and then just smooshed in the ink. It's very similar to what I did there, and then just added the paste. This one was the metallic paint. I just did the paint on there. This one has black gesso, and I added some of the translucent grit paste. And then once the paste dried, then I just added some of the wax with the brush, and I went over and just added it with the brush. These I added, this was done with white gesso, black gesso, and as you can see, look in there, you can tell how the hot glue didn't do a great job, but on the other hand, it's kind of cool how it makes it look more grungy and more aged. So it does have its perks. And so I just used my finger to put on some of this translucent grit paste, which I'll show you what it looks like. That's the translucent, and that's the matte. So this will stay white, and that's the translucent. And they're just a nice, cool paste to work with. So once they were dry, then I went in and I just added some wax. This was the same technique that I did on this one, where I just smudged the crayon and use the brush to smudge it in there. These are just some different pastes that I used. It was a Jewel Effect paste, which I'm going to be showing you tomorrow, so you're going to have to wait about that one. This I started with Distress paint, so it was just Rusty Hinge paint, and then I added some Distress crayon on top, again, just with my finger, rub over with my finger. This is the same one that I did here, black with the aged brass wax on it. This one I used the black Distress paint. So these ones I did with black gesso. This one I did with black paint. Worked the same. I didn't see any difference in the coverage of the gesso versus a paint. So the paint worked well too. And then I just rubbed on some of the wax on top. And then the two swirls, this one has the crackle. So the texture paste crackle, and then once it dried, I just used the brush to go in and add. And then this one I used grit paste, let it dry, and I used the brush on this side and I used my finger on that side. So you can just see how the brush gets more into all the little crevices where your finger, it just hits the top parts of it. So I'll take pictures of those and add those onto the website. And then I just so that you can see, it's kind of like this that shows, you know, on the different colored paper, whether it's tan, black, or on the white, the look that you get. But then from here, you can distress it with whatever you want. If you want to spray on a stain, if you want to add your ink like I did where I smooshed it and then mist it, you can do anything to color those up. But just to show you how, so this is just chipboard. So I've done all of these techniques and little bits with the wax and the paint and that kind of thing on the molds, but the same thing can be applied to your chipboard so that you'll get a similar look. So we'll just add some of the wax so that you can see the black cracks, and that has the white cracks. Let's see what the silver does. This is brushed iron. Really pretty. So there's the brushed iron on the black. I really do like the black when you got the black, excuse me, showing through on there. And then there's the grit paste that you can oh, look at that. So you don't see much of it on the black. The white looks very similar. Let's see, do I have any of that? Yeah, really cool. And then you can always go back in. Yes, Kathy, I will be taking photos of the cheat sheets and adding them to the website. Oh, look at that. When you just use your finger. So this was the brushed iron, and then I'm going with the aged brass over top. And it'll probably be very similar. But because of the grit paste, and I will be showing you more on the grit paste. Actually, no, let's just do it now, because I know I've got some of you that have never, I've had a couple ladies message me and say they were really excited about working with mixed media because they've never done it before. So I'll show you how I get this. So I mean, paste, you can work through a stencil, obviously. I'll just do it on the back. So I mean, you can, I'll use the white just so that we can see. So I mean, this could be on your page, this could be anywhere. So I'm just working with a little palette knife, and you just get the excess off because I won't be able to. And so you can see, just working through a stencil, you can get your paste on there. And then on here, I just used my palette knife and just spread it. This matte one is kind of like a frosting, kind of. And so just create your, like, whatever marks you want, right? You know, if you want more lumpy, bumpy, whatever. But I mean, how great over any of your chipboard pieces you have, you know, any of your titles or any of your, you know, little swirl pieces or anything. I just put it on the back of my palette knife, and then, and I mean, you could, you know, you want it flatter, go flatter, but I like the texture, and then it gives you so much more dimension, right? So I do have some cool projects that I've used this on, but you gotta wait till tomorrow. So it's like a little teaser. It's a little teaser for you that you have to come back tomorrow to see what I have to show you. So that's just a little, I mean, it's given you just a little bit with some distressed crayons, some of the waxes, metallic paint. The metallic paint is really, I love it. It's beautiful. Like I say, I've used it on there, and it's so, and it covers, like this was one layer. I was just gonna see if I had another. I have a little butterfly that I did. And again, these metallic colors, all your colors, pink, purple, blue, green. Cool, hey? Like it just covers, it has really, really, really good coverage. Kathy, can you add alcohol ink to the grit paste to color it? I don't think I would use alcohol ink to color the grit paste, only because, sorry, get my arm out of there. The grit paste is a water-based, so you can add any of your inks or sprays, or like, let's just do, this is the translucent. Actually, let me do, here's speckled egg, and I'm just going to put some speckled egg ink, take some of the paste, and then you've got colored paste. Like, look at how gorgeous that is, right? So that's like simple, easy. I mean, most of us have ink, right? I mean, it's been around forever. You can use your distress sprays, and you can add some spray and you can do it. Any of the distress line that's water-based. The Reinker is water-based. Yeah, anything that's water-based like that, yes, you can add. You know what? I could probably even, let's just see what this does. Add your paint to it, right? We'll add a little bit of paint on there. A little bit of grit paste. And look at that. You've got a metallic grit paste just like that. Now if you work, so that was the translucent. If you work with the white, it's gonna alter it a little bit because it is white. So you're gonna get a little bit, see how it's a little softer because you're taking it from a pure white versus the translucent, but still creates a beautiful, beautiful color. So I mean, it would be the same with any, use your paints. Anything water-based you can mix with your paste to get it, or when you're done and your paste is dry, then you can color it from there, which I got some cool project, but you gotta wait till tomorrow for me to show you that. I thought I had, there was another comment on here. I do not, Doreen, I do not have any of the limited seasonal mica crayons. I do not. I can see if they're available, but if they were limited, I can pretty much guarantee that they're probably gonna be sold out. But keep a list for me, just because I am running solo this weekend, so I'm kind of doing everything on my own. I may not have time to check into it for you, so please keep a running list for me. And if I have I won't have a chance to get to it because tomorrow is a really big day. But I'm more than happy to check into it early next week for you and let everybody know. So just keep a running list, and then fire it off to me, and we'll connect after the weekend is over, and I will see what I can do for you. So like I say, anything that you would like to order, I can get it to, I can give it to you at the 20% off. What effect would be looking for or getting with the translucent? Is it more muted look? Yes, the translucent is a more, definitely, it just gives you a different look. It's going to take the color a little bit differently because it's more translucent over the white. And as you can see, the color changes because of the translucent. You know, even was it on this one, on the black? I mean, definitely this one, you know, the undertone is darker than the white. So it's translucent. It's not clear. It's not white. It's translucent. So for coloring, you get more of a vibrant color because it's not white. Yeah, I mean, it was the same amount of ink that was used on both, and you can see the color difference there. That's really pretty. I think I might need to put that on something before I go smushing it up and getting rid of it. I don't know what, but something before I clean it up. So yeah, so there's that. If I end up doing something with this, I'll let it dry, and I'll let you see it tomorrow. So, oh, let's go back. You can see, look at how cool that is. Look at how it's perfect, right? And I mean, if you get some little glue strings, it's so easy. If you get a little knobby there that's extra, you can just cut it off. But I just love how quick and easy and simple it is to make your own embellishments, and super cheap to do that. Get together with your girlfriends and each order different ones, and then just go make a bunch. That's a really good trick too. Okay, ladies, that's it for now. I hope, oh no, I only have 9 of you on here right now. I did a quick change just for the class tonight, the Every Little Thing class. I changed it to 7, just so that I have just a little bit of a break, a little bit of time to get some supper and get organized for the next one. It is it's the simplest project that we're doing this weekend. So starting at 7, excuse me, we'll be done by 9 for sure. So for everybody, yeah, you're right, Kathy, easier than clay for sure, but clay works better if it's more detailed. That's the only little tidbit there. So yeah, so for anybody that's in the Every Little Thing class, I will see you back here at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for enjoying this little fun play time. And yeah, if you're not in class, I will be back on with another live demo tomorrow morning at 10:30 Eastern. So for my Alberta girls, it's 8:30, so it's a little early Saturday morning, but you know you can always catch it after. Everything is recorded and will be kept on the Facebook group. Okay, ladies, thank you, and we will catch up with some of you later tonight. Take care. Bye.